Hello, everybody. This is Don Markland with Accountability Now, and welcome to the Morning Jolt, where we give you small tidbits of data, information, and inspiration to make better decisions today. It's a tactical podcast about making today better today. And today, we're talking about managers versus leaders, that age-old question that I'm sure many of you wrestle with or discuss in your meetings or when you're driving in your car. And which one do you need more of in your business? For most of my career, I've worked with Millennials. I've been in the contact center business and sales and marketing. And in fact, I would dare say we all work with Millennials. By 2025, a mere 5 years from now, Millennials will make up 75% of the entire workforce. So workforce is not just a leadership problem. It is a management problem. It's one we're all going to deal with. And I carry this quote with me, so lean in. I want you to pay attention. Our youth have an insatiable desire for wealth. They have bad manners and atrocious customs regarding dressing and their hair and what garments or shoes they wear. I'm going to say that one more time. Our youth have an insatiable desire for wealth. They have bad manners and atrocious customs regarding dressing and their hair and what garments or shoes they wear. Now, who do you think said that? I'll give you a second. Who said that? Some politician? Some business leader? The answer is no. It was none of the above. It's actually credited to Plato in the 5th century. You think about how long ago that was. His statement demonstrates that the incoming generation and our perception of them, of their confidence, has always seemed counterculture to the current society. There's always been this dissonance, this friction with the incoming generation. We've always thought they're worse than we are. They behave worse. And millennials are no different. We always struggle with them. Millennials, as all employees, they need structure, they need discipline, they need accountability. We all do. And let me say this next part very clearly. This is not a millennial issue. This is an employee issue. All employees need discipline. They need accountability. This doesn't mean they need more negativity or criticism. They need more encouragement. They need more engagement. They need more management. So, the best managers, they manage process. They measure important metrics and report on it consistently. They discuss metrics with their employees. They constantly ask questions like why. Great managers want to know every element of their business from the ground up. The great managers, they don't yell or overly criticize or be pessimistic. They encourage, discuss, manage, engage, instruct, manage some more. They're disciplined to their calendar. They're great time managers. Now, I get it. So many of you are asking, well, wait, Don, how is that any different than leaders? Don't leaders use process? Don't leaders encourage, discuss, engage, instruct? Well, sure they do. But they do it for different reasons. So let me take you back. I remember in my first day in my MBA program, after discussing this long syllabus for what seemed like hours, my professor wrote on the dry erase board 2 words, managers, leaders, and then he put this versus thing in the middle. And he then asked us the question, which one is needed more, managers versus leaders? And we debated it forever. And in the end, we came to the conclusion both are clearly important. Both make organizations, governments, teams run effectively. And really, what's the difference? And I wrote down this note. Leadership is about change, but management is about control. That's the difference. The leaders in your organization want to change. They want to make things change, and ideally change for the better. Your managers, they want controls. They want to keep things consistently moving. In other words, leaders change the world, but managers keep the world spinning. There is no case to be made that leaders are more important than managers. That's silly. Both are vital to the success of every organization. And I had a coaching session just today, in fact, with a client where we were discussing this very topic, and I related it this way. Great leaders and great managers are just like the sport of curling. And before you laugh about what is the sport of curling, I'll explain it. Some of you might not be familiar with it, but there is a team of players that slide stones on a sheet of ice to a designated target area, and this target area is segmented into 4 concentric circles. It's like very similar to like shuffleboard, but on this grander scale. One section of the team takes the stones and slides them onto the target, while the other players, there's 2 of them, they use these curling brooms to sweep, or in other words, brush back and forth in front of the sliding stone to knock out any potential ice fragments, to kind of speed up the sliding stone or slow it down so that the stone slides into perfect placement in the desired location in the target. At the end of the day, it's the stone thrower that gets the glory. They stand on the podium, they get the medal, but the sweat is on the brow of the sweeper. And that's the role of the leader or that manager. Your team, they're the stone thrower, right? They get all the glory, and that's what you want. You want them on target every single day with whatever their respective jobs are. But you want to be sweating like crazy, knocking out obstacles all day long. Howbeit processes, hurdles, incentives, whatever it is, sweat your mind out trying to make your team's jobs easier. I have met many great leaders who were terrible managers. I have met many great managers that were terrible leaders. And I have met people that were good at both. Stop worrying about it. Just know what your strengths are and lean in and go with it. In this entrepreneurship happy society where the word entrepreneur itself is celebritized, you don't believe me? Go on LinkedIn and see how many people put entrepreneur in their LinkedIn headline or their LinkedIn title, yet they've never been an entrepreneur or sold something in their life. We have to remember how important managers are. You have to be able to manage. You have to be in the details. You have to be process-oriented. You have to hold people accountable or your company will struggle. You can't just motivate or inspire or change. You have to make things happen. In the end, both matter. That is essential, folks. If you want more content, you can first leave a review, subscribe to this podcast on Apple or Spotify. You can follow me on Forbes. You can follow me on Twitter at Don Markland or Instagram executivecoach.don, or my website is always accountabilitynow.net. I have a new ebook on that site. Go on there and get it. It features the 4 C's of accountability. And as always, check out my company, the greatest digital marketing agency in the world, 411 Locals. And folks, this is your morning jolt.